How's it going? Seat okay? We're always in the same seats, aren't we? Anyway, what's up with your face? You look a bit worried and a bit sad. You wanted to dress like a woman again? Fine. You can be and do whatever you want. I do not care. Plus, you do look very sexy as a lady, even with the beard. But yeah, you're probably wondering why we're on a plane. Now, whenever we go on a plane together, I like to surprise you. It usually means we're heading off to a new destination, to a brand new job, to a new adventure. Well, we're heading somewhere new, and we're heading on an adventure, but we're not heading to a new job just yet, no, because at the end of the season, I had an email from the World Club Cup Championships. We're in it, and I want to win it. So before we do anything else, my friend, we're going to go and try and make Lazio the world champions. Yeah, and then we'll see what happens after that. So we are off to Greece. Now, I really should have twigged that we were going to be in this, or have a chance to be in it, because it's 2037. This is the year and tournament that I finished the Tame Valley series on. We ended going to the World Club Championships and winning it. It was a perfect ending. Loved it a lot, and I love the format of it now. It used to be a bit crap, didn't it? Now it is genuinely like a little mini World Cup for clubs. Obviously, it's only June. The season's only just finished. So, I've got to say, what I'll be doing is, I'm filming this not long after the last episode. So, of course, we're going to do this, and then I'm going to have to play the season over the next 2 or 3 days. So once this is over and we get into the episode properly in the new season, if you're wondering why my beard's maybe longer or shorter, I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, that'll be the case, because there's going to be a big gap in between, but we have to share this. These are the groups. You'll see we've got big clubs in it. We've got PSG, Barcelona, Tottenham, bloody hell, Man City, Juve are in it, Chelsea are in it, Real Madrid, and of course we're down here at the bottom with Chivas and Olympiacos. And this is the opening game in the group. We played Chivas, and the press had a press conference asking me loads of questions, but they asked me a few questions about this, and then I don't often do press conferences unless they're important, and then they start asking me loads of stuff about why I sign loads of young players, why am I stockpiling talent, how do I get on with the chairman. It's like putting loads of pressure on me. It's like, wind your neck in, boys, do one. The next game was of course against Olympiacos, which we won 1-0. And I don't know if it was a bit of a worry for me, but we're quite tired and we're creating a lot of chances, but we're not scoring a lot of goals, and that is a worry when we come up against any big teams, which you're probably going to. We then drew the back-to-back world champions Real Madrid and beat them. Now you look at the stats, we only had 6 shots, 3 on target, all 3 went in the net. If we look at all the results for the quarterfinals, can you guess who we've got next? Well, Barcelona beat PSG, City have beaten Spurs, and Juve have beaten Chelsea. I think you know who we're getting. Of course, we had Juventus in the semi-finals, and like we do more times than not, we beat them 2-0. Pretty even game, to be fair. Bartz and Alvaros, our centre-half, getting us the goals. Bit of a makeshift team. I'll be honest with you, by the end of this game, we were like dead men walking. Over to the results in the semi-final. Manchester City beat Barcelona 1-0. So yeah, final here in Greece. Can't wait for it. Very excited for it. But let's look at the squad first, and you'll see right now, obviously the new season kicks in for the semis, so you play the group stage and the quarters at the end of last season, then the new season kicks in, so it all resets. That's why they've not looked like they haven't played that many games. Now the fitness isn't as bad as I thought. It's just options. I mean, Bartz is knackered, he's not going to be able to play. João hasn't been able to play. So the game has kicked off, and Manchester City won the league. I think it's the first title they've won in about 4 years. So they're the champions of England, and we're the champions of Italy. Now, of course, as well, we won the Champions League, so there's a Super Cup coming up. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. We'll find out. Now, there are, I will say, a couple of jobs that have popped up. One's just come available. I don't know if it was a case of the club was, because they didn't win their league, I think they finished second. The club have thought, we'll give you the World Club Championships, that might save your job. They've been knocked out, they've sacked their manager. And that's an appealing club in a way, especially because, whoa, Zauli. Especially because what's happening to him in real life, but this is not real life, it's the game. And then there's another job that's already available. Now, no one's come to me yet and said, do you want it? But that doesn't mean I can't apply for it. Confusing though playing City, innit? Especially because we're in our away kit. Because I'm so used to seeing us in that colour more often than not. But come on, lads. Bit of a makeshift-ish team. Good back four. I've had to put Paletti behind the striker because I've got no one. Both my guys who normally play there aren't available. Bart, I'd love him to have played, but he's not 100%. So, you know, we've still got Patricio there. He's covering. So that's totally fine. And he's just give the ball away. Come on, lads. So hopefully I'll be able to squeeze everything in, because we're having a live com quite early here. But this is something we had to go for. I had to. It was so soon. And it'd be so cool. I couldn't quit before this, because this might be my only chance, you know, of winning it. It might be. So I've got to go for it. But here's Man City. I know they've not started great, but I don't mean they won't warm up. They are the champions of England. And there you go. Jack McMinn equalises for City. Obviously still not made any changes yet. I want to wait for this little bit to finish. City with a corner. Oh, he's punched it out, but he's punched it straight to a City player who's donkeyed it right over. Right, so I've made two changes. We've brought Morales on the right and Pinelli on the left. And then as soon as I've done that, instantly, Paletti, I think it was, got injured. So Zhao's come on. He's a great player, obviously. Our midfield orchestrator. Wasn't 100%, but, you know, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. So basically, the front three behind the striker have just all been changed at exactly the same time. Last 5 minutes, it's Man City, but can we do out? Bosun's headed it away, but City, McMinn, the goal scorer, picked it up. Is he called Kiss? What a name. Oh, it's back to him. I well thought that was in. So, of course, it's extra time. I've made a change. Obviously, Justin Bart's 100%, but he's come on for Patricio in the middle. Freshen it up. He's a class young player. Right, Patane with a throw-in. Finds Zhao. Come on, Zhao. Threads it through to Bosun. Bosun gives it away. That was a piss poor ball. And here's Marchenko for City. He'd been brought down. No penalty. Never a penalty. But they're going to have a free kick, aren't they? Right on the edge. Right, he takes it pretty quick. Ooh, keeper though. Class keeper. Yeah, the game is so even now, isn't it? Here's Bart's. Buscio. Oh! Goal! Lazio! Love it. I was just going to say though, when your team's knackered and you've got to do a lot of editing anyway, you don't want to go extra time because you're freaking knackered, and you don't want injury when you've got no subs left. Last 2 minutes of injury time. So equal this game. We dominate the early doors. They've come right back into it. They've given us a game, but we are this close, and we are now world champions. I did not even think this was going to be a possibility. It didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think to check, but the timing of it was just too perfect. This team is amazing. I've capitalised on it, and have I ended as world champs? Good for the old CV for me and you, innit? We're definitely going to be living somewhere nice, whatever happens. This is a job centre, and these are all the available managers' jobs. And straight away, if you've got a good eye, you can see quite a few. Now, obviously, you've got Benfica there, and obviously I've spoke about them, how many good young players there are, but they have lost a lot of them. I don't fancy Benfica. I'll be honest with you, I know a few of you are Benfica fans. It's the Barcelona job. They've just finished second, obviously got knocked out in the semis of the World Championships, and obviously want to win their title or whatever. They've sacked their manager just recently. So I could apply for that. Personally, I fancy the Dortmund job. I think he's a good team, so I don't know actually. The manager's actually left for another job, and they've won the league. I didn't realise he'd actually won the league. I wasn't following it, to be fair. So they're actually champions. So is that a challenge? Do we apply for this job or this job? Barcelona, they haven't won their league title. Maybe that's the job. Come in, win them a league title as quick as I can, hopefully, and then move on somewhere back to South America. Maybe I want that Copa freaking Libertadores. Maybe go to Argentina or Brazil. I fancy that a lot. Right, my friend, here we are again. We're on the train this time, heading across Europe. But which job did I choose? I know you're wondering, but we are freaking stuck for time. We've got to get there fast and get this job started quick. Now, I had two choices. I knew whatever I applied for, I was going to get because of what we've just achieved together at Lazio. Now, I think I've made the right choice. But what choice did I make? Well, it wasn't Dortmund. I love the black and yellow. I've always wanted to do something with Dortmund, and in most cases, I probably would have picked Dortmund, but they've won 5 out of the last 6 Bundesligas and are the current champions of the Bundesliga, and I just didn't know where the challenge would be. I'm not going in there to win them that league title. They've won loads of them. They are the number 1 team in Germany. So I went for the Barcelona job and I got it. Now don't get me wrong, Barcelona are a great team. They're having troubles in real life, but on the game they're still a great team. They are stacked. Dortmund are stacked. I looked at the squads and I'm like, they've got better squads than I had at Lazio all around, both teams. But they haven't won the league for 2 years. Now they'd won the cup and then got knocked out of the World Club Championships, but I'm guessing the board, they want that La Liga and they want me to come in and win that La Liga, and I want a bit more top flight European football on my CV before I can then just do what I want. Really, I want to go back to South America after this job and chase that Copa Libertadores with a big Argentinian team or a big Brazilian team, but for now I really want to have a crack with Barca. And we all know this club and its legends. But here we go, you can have a look at it yourself. Obviously, we've got the Espanyol derby, but it's Real Madrid. They are awesome on here. They have got so many good players. But then I knocked them out of the World Club Championships with Lazio. Surely I can beat them in the league with Barca. Something also I thought was pretty cool. They're currently having planning permission for a new stadium and we're leaving the Camp Nou, which is a shithole. I went 20 years ago and it was a shithole. I imagine it's a proper shithole now. Crap. Anyway, so they're getting a new stadium. I don't know if I'll be here for that. They're absolutely minted. Unlike in real life, they are rich. But I put a lot of work into this. I've not just concentrated on my staff, I've concentrated on my B team staff. I've done all them. I've done my youth team. I've sold a load of deadwood. I looked at the squad and I felt like I needed maybe a forward player and a midfielder. And I spent big on 2 players. We'll have a look at in a minute. But yeah, I've grafted with this and it was a lot of fun. The staff were good. They weren't the best in every area. We are now. I love doing this. It's the first thing I always do, like I always say. Kept me assistant. I don't know why I've got 2. Kept me director of football and all that. I did scrap the coaching team and completely replace it. I might have nicked quite a few boys from Lazio and brought them with me. The scouting team was good, but I've improved that. I could still improve it more. And the medical team could still improve that. So obviously we're in regen territory, so you don't know a lot of the players, but there were some good players. I got a good amount for. We've raised about 30 million. I've loaned a lot out. I've released a lot of crap and really trimmed down the B team and the youth team. And I think I've got a cracking good squad now. I've signed a young lad called Haris Mujic from Partizan. He's not a wonder kid. I just had him in my shortlist and I liked him. He's only a 3-star player. I just thought he was cheap as chips. Buy him anyway. I don't know what I'll happen with that. But I bought in 2 big players. One was Carlo Zauli. Scored for me in the World Club Championship finals. I love him. I think he came through for me and he's a worldie. So yeah, we did a deal with Lazio, 40 million going up to 110. And then I bought this lad from Paris Saint-Germain, Vicente da Silva. Beast, can play centrally and behind the striker. Now, like I said, we scrapped for time, so I'm not going to show you the whole squad. Just trust me, I've got a very good squad. Let's look at my number 1 team. In goal, I've got Carlos Hidalgo, 29-year-old Spaniard, brilliant goalkeeper. He looks very good, he's world class. Both my left backs are young and both have high potential, but this guy's just got the edge on the other lad. It's Christian Busquets, can play at right back as well. Right back, I've got Nigerian Robert Akande. The other right back's good. Seriously, I wish I could show you the old squad. If we stay a second year, we'll have a look at the squad in a bit more depth, but he's a good player. My first centre half is Brazilian, 28-year-old Brazilian Gomez, elite superstar in here, and one of the lads he's probably going to be partnered with. There's another guy who's very similar, so I'm going to be rotating quite a bit, but I'm going to show you Gerard Serrano. Obviously you've just sort of seen him, but this is his main page. This is one of my purchases. It's Vicente da Silva. I just like his ability to play in 2 positions. And then honestly I wish I could show you everyone, but I'm going to show you Andreas Castillo because he's the highest rated player. But again, I looked at his squad and I just knew I was going to be using hopefully quite a lot of him because he's so good. Behind the striker, but also can play out wide on the left, is Pepe. That's why I call him Pepe. Absolute beast, elite attacking midfielder. Now, he's a striker, but I end up playing him a lot on the left. I've got 2 absolute worldies up front. He's just too good. It's Rene Weiss, for 30 years old, Portuguese, just legendary. And of course, we all know who Zauli is. Love this kid. I feel like his mind, he's only 21. And I felt like he played for me for years, came up, I don't think he played that first year. I brought him up and he just got better and better and better. And I felt like I wanted to just bring one of the boys with me from Lazio. And then up top, we've got Matteo Valli, elite striker, very good player. Oh, good Z, the little Belgian. He's not been here long. He's been here 2 years, maybe. Yeah, I'm stacked. we have a very good chance of doing something special with Barcelona. The bookies have got us down as favourites, and I've got a ton of guys in the dream team, but trust me, Real Madrid, I've got some players and they're going to be very tough to beat. And similar to Italy, we have a Super Cup in the middle of the year. I think they do a similar thing. And obviously Barcelona won the Cup last year under the old regime, and Real Madrid won the league. So we're going to have a little battle with Real Madrid, aren't we? Who are managed by Jurgen Klopp. Makes it very interesting. Me and Klopp, he had some battles when he was Arsenal manager and I was manager at Thames Valley. He really pushed me some seasons until he left to become Germany manager, so I was super excited for this year. Forget pre-season, played some games, we did okay. I don't care about that. I am struggling for time. As you know, I'm just stopping here on the first game because is this how the whole season was going to be? We won 6-0 and I was buzzing, and then I saw the Madrid game later that day and they beat Sevilla, who were awesome, 10-1. Holy crap. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward miles. We're going to go all the way to April the 1st and get stuck right into this. I'm going to share this with you first. Happened a few months ago. It was the Super Cup against Real Madrid and we were beaten 3-2. Very even game. They have a good team and we match each other very, very well. I loved it though. I loved it. Sometimes I love travelling around, playing with shit teams, being in random countries, but sometimes being an elite club with an elite player or an elite squad going up against another elite squad really gets my juices flowing, man. So yeah, disappointing though. We did, however, beat them a couple of months earlier than that in November in the league. So what we got first blood, they got second blood in the cup. I'd rather have the silverware. No, it's all about the league. I want to win the Liga, and we have to beat Real Madrid, I think, at least to win it. But by April the 1st, we're not top of the league. We're a point behind Real Madrid. We've lost 2, they've lost 1. They've drawn more than us. We've already got our Champions League spot. I've got the 2 boys who I showed you, the 2 strikers. Weiss plays out on the left in the top 3 goal scorers, but I like this when it's a freaking proper, like, let's go all the way 2-0 to the very death, to the very end. In the Champions League, we had Roma, Porto and Basel, and we qualified. We lost 1 game, you can see that right there, against Roma. It is what it is, but top of the group, that's enough. Basel, I'll plug it right while I'm here. If you've not seen Lawrence of Arabia, it does feature a bit of FC Basel. Go and check it out. On to the first knockout round, and we drew my beloved Manchester United. Did you see the opening game of the Premier League? No offence if you're a Leeds fan, but I loved it. I got so much joy from that game. Anyway, I got joy from beating them as well here in this game. It was 1-1 at Old Trafford, then we beat them 3-0 at the Camp Nou. And look who we've got. Look who we've got in the next one. In the Spanish Cup, got myself to a final. Good run against 2 teams I never heard of. Then we beat Levante 4-0. Lost the first leg to Atletico Madrid, who are a good team in here as well. They are good. But we battered them at home 5-0. And I got Real Sociedad in the final. I've played that off camera though. Now this is a squad arranged by average rating, and we've got, a couple of injuries to 2 big players at the minute, which ain't great. Don't help at this point in the season. And like I said, hopefully, if we stay another year, we'll find out later. I'll show you the whole squad properly, but look at the goals. Valle scores, he's knackered. This is where we're struggling a bit now. I probably need a good young striker to help these 2 out, and maybe it's just these 2 can't share the striker position. They both need to play. That's the reasoning behind it. On to the 17th of April, and this was a Spanish Cup, and it was nice to get some silverware, don't get me wrong, but it's not really that important. Not for me. I don't think it's that important really for the club. I mean, the last manager, he won that. I want to win the league, but it's great to get some silverware. Now in our second game in the league against Real Madrid, we lost. So we beat them in the league, they've beaten us in the league, and they've beaten us in the Super Cup. And yeah, again, it was close. I think they're always quite close. Disappointing, because I was brought in to win this league and I got 101 points, but they got 105. I mean, even if we'd have beat them in that second game, we still won't win the league. So fair play to Klopp. Their boys are good. Real Madrid are good, but so are we. But look at Atletico Madrid, 96 points. A lot of this league is trash, I'll be honest with you. And I almost failed in the Champions League against Juventus. They beat me 2-0 at their place. I'm thinking, fucking hell, I hate Juventus. Getting a bit of a rivalry, a personal rivalry with them. But we beat them 3-0. And then look who we got in the semis. Devastating in a way, because I love him. I fell in love with that club. I've done so much. my boys. They only took Zauli off them. They've still got the same squad. And the manager Barca sacked is now the manager of Lazio. I love this game. I love these little stories within stories. And then you may or may not have guessed it. I'm in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. You call it this game. I love this game. And Wolfgang Schneider, the ex-Barca manager, now Lazio manager, did me proud. He took my old team and he won the league. So fair play to him. I've took his team and didn't win the league. But I know a lot of you ask about looking at all the old teams. Don't worry, at the very end of the series, we'll have a good look at everyone. I've kept all the leagues running I've been in, and we'll have a look at all the teams I've been to. But for now, we're going to Germany. Bayern Munich Stadium for another Champions League final. Back to back. This is class. This is pretty special. And I'm really excited. Us versus Real. Can I get something on him? Win myself a big trophy. Keep my job. Make sure it's safe. Go at the La Liga next year. That's the plan. And then we'll move on from there maybe. I'm excited. So here we go. Real Madrid kick off here in Germany. Munich. Very exciting. Great place for a final. I mean, if Zauli does the business for me today, I'd be proper happy. Come on, here's Bias. Who's a bit of a centre-half. I've had a few issues. I've not been able to put out my ultimate team, but it's still a good team. There's Real Madrid. Early doors, bit of an attack, defended pretty well. De Silva now, class player. Lost the ball. Brilliant. I love it when I say something good about someone and they let me down. But yeah, Real are so good. But we are. And I know we're in a bit of debt now, but there's a couple of players I can sell in that B team. There's a couple of players I might sell in the first team. You know, there's a few targets I could go for. But I genuinely think, you know, second year I can do a lot better, hopefully. Oh, beautiful ball to Weiss. So I know it's all a bit rushed, this episode, especially since we've come to Barcelona, but I had to do the World Cup Championships and I wanted to squeeze it all into one episode really, and hopefully I can do that when it comes to the edit. I mean, I want to win this, but part of me, gets in. He's so good, that player. But yeah, I know we did really well, 101 points. And it motivates me. I feel motivated to come back for a second season, and you know, we can just concentrate on Barcelona for whole season. I can show you the squad in a lot more detail, maybe talk about my staff a bit more, and oh my god, this is perfect. Very happy. But yeah, never counting these boys out. But this team, man, it has showed spirit. I mean, we've dropped silly points. Espanyol's a derby game. Real Madrid's a derby game. I mean, most of the other games we've battered everyone. We've just got to get that little edge, and you know, we'll get there. Once they're all settled a bit more. I mean, this league, I love the Bundesliga and I did fancy Dortmund, but like I said, I just felt this was more of a challenge, and it's even more of a challenge now. It gets that fire burning. You've got to have that passion to play, haven't you? You all probably played a game like I do, and go on Weiss. I mean, you know how it is. If you're not into a team or a save, you quit, don't you? Start again or whatever. But you start a new save. It's just this. Really, I really fancied this. I really like it. I don't feel like my team. I've only brought 2 players in, but I've grown to like a lot of these guys. Oh, Zauli, man. Right, come on, lads. Now it's proper late here at the minute. So everyone's in bed. I'm busy at the minute. I've talked about this a lot, but it's a period in the month when I'm doing like a 7-day stretch at work, so trying to fit everything in. Obviously, I've just made a story video, which takes a lot of time, but I've been playing this season now the last few days. The World Club Championships, I filmed that days ago. That feels like a lifetime ago, and they're back in it. Right, corner, Zauli to take it. Love that player. I love him. My first Journeyman series, there was a couple of clubs I was at. Salernitana, I think I found a couple of good little Italians who were took with me to different clubs. I think I had one at Marseille. I might have took him to somewhere else with me. Oh my god. See what I mean? It pinched this off me. I'll be gutted. I will be gutted. But again, it'll drive me. I can't wait. I can't wait to do a full length Barca episode. And I mean, I don't know what I'll do at the end of that year if I don't win the league. I mean, I'll keep going. I think I'll ask you guys. But I definitely do. I want to go back to South America. I want to go to Argentina or Brazil. Try and find myself a big job. Yeah, I'm gutted that we lost that final with Olympia. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. 2-2 game on. Right, here's Zauli. Come on, kid. Come on. Justify the price tag. 110 bloody million. Beautiful ball to Valet. Fucking get in. I want to scream, but I can't. I've made some changes. Vintamilla, who's a great player, normally would have started, but he 100% he's come on. Mr. McDonald, the Scotsman, he's come on, and we're minutes away. 5 minutes of injury time. Fucking hell. Are you having that? But that's why I've loved this season. We've got a rival and someone to push me. It's not like you go in somewhere and steamroll the league. We didn't steamroll the league. So yeah, Champions League, we won the cup, but the one I wanted was the freaking La Liga, and I didn't get it, and I want it, and that's what it's going to be about next year. So there we go, that's the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and even help the channel out by becoming a patron. You'll find the links to that and loads of other stuff down below. Make sure you go and catch up on all my other videos, and thank you for sticking with me on this journey. Now we're here in Barcelona, we're here on our roof terrace, and we've got that famous church over there, the Basilica de Familia, or whatever it's called. It's crazy. I think they've been building it for like 300 years. I'll look into that for the next episode, and I promise the next one will be a lot more in depth. We'll have a whole episode focused on another season fully with Barcelona and our chase of that La Liga title. Can't wait for it. Seriously, I cannot wait. Hopefully you can't wait either. Let's go and celebrate another freaking Champions League. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Beers on you.